Subscribe, love, like. We're sponsored by the Spunk Lube and rebroadcast by the Demon Seed Radio Network. We could not do any of this without you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Please give us that bump. Porn Stars of People Podcast and Dan Frigolette. I'm here with Aria Khaide.
Yes, you are.
Thank you for doing this.
Of course, yeah, thanks for having me.
We're at you just said your 1 year porn anniversary?
Yes,
is that what we're calling it?
my 1 year porn anniversary.
Okay. What's the moment that you go, I'm in porn? Like, what's the mark?
Last year, I showed up to Exotic, and I was like, all right, I'm going to get in the industry, and I ended up shooting 5 scenes in one day with like Richard Mann, Roe Major, and I'm like, oh well, I guess I'm in it now.
I'm in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm in the game. Oh, very cool.
So that's kind of how it happened.
Yeah. So are you doing that this week? You're shooting a bunch of content?
So I actually had 2 shoots today before you got here. Yeah. Yeah.
So wait. So am I?
No, this is safe space.
Am I sitting in a puddle?
Yeah. Over there, not so much, but you're in safe space.
That's one of my favorite jokes to do is when I go to a weird town, I'll be like, you guys ever do this? Like, I just to break the tension. You guys ever do this? You're going to a hotel room and you immediately, like, there's 2 beds. You immediately put your stuff down in one bed and you immediately come on the other bed. Is anyone else do that?
Yeah, well, there's always like the sex bed and then there's the sleeping bed. That's usually how it works.
I learned that. I learned that in this industry. So cool. So you guys, this is not like weird or different for you. This is New Jersey is where you live.
This is my hub. Yeah, I have to represent New Jersey well.
Yeah, there's not a lot of you. There's not a lot of New Jersey people.
There really are. So New Jersey base, not really too much anymore. Lauren Phillips is technically from New Jersey.
Nice.
Yeah, so
very cool.
New Jersey, where it's at, obviously.
Yeah, I dig it. I mean, I'm in Hoboken, so I dig it. Jersey's the thing. Here's what happens. You're from New Jersey.
Yeah.
So here's what happens is if you ever move to New Jersey in your life, you then now are labeled a New Jersey person forever.
Yep.
Like people call me Jersey boy all the time.
Of course.
And it's frustrating. It's frustrating because I have pride from where I'm from. I'm from upstate New York. So I have pride for that.
Yeah, I went to college in upstate New York.
Where?
Cornell.
Oh, very cool. No shit. I'm from Syracuse.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, I saw that you actually used to go to the basement bar that got shut down.
Which one?
And everything at the Syracuse Hotel.
What's the? Viva Debris was where I started comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You knew that place.
I like to research stuff.
No, that's great. Wait. So what else did you learn about me in the Google search? This is fun.
I looked at your website and I like to see what you say about yourself.
Yeah.
Because you learn a lot about what people say about themselves.
Sure.
You know, what they put in there, what they don't have in there, you know? So I liked that you had a vast array of, you know, where you've come from, and then you've kind of sprinkled in, Hoboken, and then the Wendy Williams show and everything like that, and we loved The Following, and you were in The Following, so it was like all that, like really cool stuff. Yeah.
I don't want to ruin it for you, but when it comes down to being a participant on a television show, that was the meanest experience I've had.
Really?
The Following,
Wow.
Like it was the same year I was doing Boardwalk Empire. Empire, they treated you like a king.
Yeah. So you were coming from that, like.
And The Following, literally. They were all crammed into a church that was holding.
Yeah.
And they didn't even.
That's not eerie at all when you're like going to a place for The Following and then you're in like
a church scene.
Yeah, you're like, oh God.
We were shooting a protest across the street, and there was no. And this sounds bad, like based on like entitlement, but like when you do these things, like most of the time, the food situation is pretty good. This was like Gatorade jugs of tap water, like not even like bottles of water. So it was like kind of crazy. It was like the first time I felt actually like cattle.
Yeah.
It's funny. Do you guys like Kevin Bacon? Is this?
Yeah. Well, I love those kind of shows, and my husband and I have 2 totally different opinions on TV shows and movie genres. Me, because we have 2 kids. If I'm watching TV, I'm not really zoned in. I kind of have something in the background, so I'm really bad. I have to represent the New Jersey Housewives, you know. But so I'll watch like the mindless housewives stuff, and of course he rolls his eyes, and he loves the sci-fi, and I can't really get into the drama and sci-fi. So
what was the premise of The Following? I don't remember. I know they took it off the air.
So it was a cult, and. Yeah, and so Kevin Bacon was kind of following this English professor that used Poe as his inspiration. So it was like and it was like the Raven and everything. Sure. So he was, following this guy, and then it almost reminded me.
He was a cult member, or he was trying to like take down the cult.
Kevin Bacon was a detective, but then kind of went crazy because he got obsessed with it and everything. But it also reminded me of the movie Catch Me If You Can. I don't know if you ever.
So
it was like that same struggle between the two characters of yeah, exactly. So I kind of like that.
I'm gonna catch you, but I kind of love you. So the other guy, the cult guy, was aware of him.
Yeah, and he was kind of playing with him and toying with him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I
like that kind of stuff. When it comes to horror or something, I prefer something that's going to mess with my mind. Yeah. Like this gratuitous gore. You know, the only time I really like gore is when it's like, you know, a Mel Gibson movie, which I know I'm going to get like nailed to a cross for saying, go figure, you know, because he did, you know, he did The Passion, but you know, like that's when it's historically accurate is when I like gore in my life, you know.
Yeah, I think he's blown. I think it's blown over the Mel Gibson. What's the word I want? This is the problem with doing 7 of these in a row is you start losing words.
Yeah,
the stigma.
Right. Yeah.
The Mel Gibson stigma of like the whole thing that he was involved in. And I don't know. We've reached this weird place in the world where we're pretending like if you like somebody now you everything that they stand for you now stand for.
Except when you're in Jersey, we don't care if you hate us or love us. We'll always be ourselves.
You know? But it's like even with the Trump thing. It's like it's the idea if you cast a vote for this guy now everything that he believes in you must believe in. Or if you like go to a Mel Gibson movie then you have to believe in everything. It's like that's not at all how it works.
No,
like I'm like my mother's son and I don't believe in everything she believes. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of shit. So that's cool. So I think people are like very in this murder mystery kind of thing.
Yeah, especially with the Catch a Killer and like all that stuff came out.
The mind hunter, this kind of stuff. We're all trying to catch killers, but I really think it's the wrong perspective. I think we need to start looking at who's getting murdered.
That's true.
Right? Like I can understand why somebody would murder.
Ex-husbands.
Right? So it's like if you get murdered, like I can say confidently nobody is out there right now planning my murder. Yeah. Because I'm a good person.
Yeah.
Like if you're getting murdered, that might be on you a little bit.
That's true.
Like besides serial killers, which are very few.
Yeah.
But like if you got murdered, like you might be an asshole. Like let's look at your life first.
Yeah, what have you done? Did you deserve it?
Yeah, like if a dude murders another dude, that's usually based in there's a reason there.
Yeah.
When a guy murders a girl, that we gotta that's probably
you gotta think about that.
That's more of a crime.
Yeah.
Like he's probably fucked up and he needs to be caught. But if a dude murders another dude, he had a reason and it might it might be justified. We might all understand where he's coming from. That's all I'm saying. So that's cool. So Kevin Bacon. So that's where. So we that's our connection. Is Kevin Bacon and Ithaca, New York. How did you feel about Ithaca?
So I was recruited for athletics.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was D1 athlete,
I could
sports.
See that. Yeah. Wait, let me guess. Cornell. So there's no female hockey team. So I'm gonna go volleyball because you're tall. No, okay. I'm gonna go field hockey. No, okay. What is it?
So I'm from New Jersey, so obviously it has to be lacrosse.
This wasn't. I was fucking gonna say lacrosse.
And cross country.
Cross country, interesting.
Yeah, cross country.
And cross country in college is 10Ks.
It for men.
Okay, so what was your race?
We were still 5K.
You were still 5K.
But a lot of our races would sometimes be 6K or 8K, depending. Yeah. But I loved it. It was.
That's great because that's where it lost me. So my buddy went. We were doing cross country in high school, and then we went to college, and it doubled.
Yeah. Yeah,
so now the race you're good at, you're not good at it.
I absolutely loved when we got to run 6K.
Yeah.
Because I would be that asshole that the gun would go off and I would sprint and all of a sudden my first mile would be like a 5-minute mile.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck did I do that? And then my second minute mile, I'd kind of like hang out and coast, and then my third mile, I'd be like, all right, let's fucking do something. So when it was like 6K, I was like, okay, now I can actually like, give myself a little bit more to work with and not be so stupid.
What? But running eventually. You have to be
psychotic to run.
Well, eventually running is all a full sprint because it's like you're just doing everything you can for as long as you can.
It's true.
Because it's like I remember when I first started running in high school, and then I started learning about like successful runners, and I was finding out that like guys like Steve Prefontaine were running what I was running in one lap for all of the laps.
Yep.
And then it was like, all right, this is
the idea of like the PR. You're always trying to get like your perfect run, your perfect mile, your perfect, and then base it off of that and just keep going, and then your autopilot actually just being your fastest, like cruise control,
Right. Well, but then also the human element of a race like cross country, when you have like an unlimited field, you're not cut to a lane. Now it's like you can see the finish line, and then you just human will
Yeah.
says, I'm gonna beat everybody in front of me.
Oh yeah, right.
But then you get it's the only, and then this is what I never understood. Get to the end of the race, you've just exerted all of your things. At full max, like there's no cool down, and then they shove you into a chute, where you almost vomit every time.
Pretty much,
because your body can't handle shutting down
like
that
the
fast.
shutdown. Yeah.
Interesting. So, how do you get double recruited? How does that work?
So I didn't get a full ride scholarship.
Okay, so you're like, I got some extra scholarships.
Yeah, I was like, all right, whatever. Like I'll do it. So I'm born and raised in New Jersey, so we have amazing athletics. Especially for cross country and lacrosse. So a lot of people that I played with.
You got Hopkins. No, Hopkins isn't here. Hopkins is Virginia. You got Princeton.
So we have Princeton, but even our high schools, everyone I went to high school with and I played with, they were going D1 anyway.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, whatever, I'll go.
Yeah.
You're young, you don't really understand, the magnitude of, what you're doing when you're going to an Ivy League or D1 or whatever, it may be. And, I thought that I would just go to college to party and play sports. But apparently you have to go to college to get a degree. But, that's...
So what happened?
So I went to Cornell and partied too hard, and they said that if my grades didn't get up, that I would be off the team. So then I got my grades up and kind of did one of these to them, like, hey, like, look, I'm gonna play. Yeah. So it was good. Cornell sadly has the highest suicide rate actually out of any college, and all of the windows are barred.
Right.
And all of
wait, where you put the sadly makes it feel like you wanted the windows to be unbarred so you could participate in the trend.
Well, no, but it's just weird. It's like this daunting. You don't have that freedom, and they're preparing you for the inevitable, if you will.
Okay.
It's like the idea of treating everyone as a criminal.
Interesting.
So that's how I felt that. You couldn't even open up your own window.
Okay.
And I understand, suicide is a serious thing and everything. They also curve down. So if you got a 100, I got a 98, someone else got a 96, it's ABC, but you wouldn't know to the end. So it's one of those, I could be busting my ass and you wouldn't know. So I just didn't like that whole... Yes, it's an Ivy League and they're an Ivy League for a reason, but I just didn't like that mentality of, why am I going to bust my ass if you're just going to turn on me kind of a thing.
Sure, I get that.
And it's not my fault if everyone is studying so hard and we understand your materials.
Yeah.
And you're just not making hard tests, if that makes sense.
Right.
So I ended up leaving and then finishing up graduating from a state college in New Jersey.
Oh, very cool. No, so my first I was going to Syracuse. My first girlfriend was at Cornell in the agriculture school. But when you go to the agriculture school, which is a state school, state tuition, but you can take all the
SUNYs are great
classes.
Too. Yeah.
So it's like that. It's like that sidestep. So you can still go to Cornell but pay less. And I would visit her, and the food was dope. But I think I know what you're talking about with the vibe. And there's something cool about that campus, and there's something. But she was having trouble too, where she was taking these heavy bio, she ended up being
I was a neuro major originally, so it was like you're just
So she had instances where they took tests and nobody passed, and so they had to curve to match. And keep everybody in the thing, but the whole but it's an interesting place to go to college. And the gorgeous. I mean, that's the whole thing. Is you walk by the thing.
I love that area. I mean, I grew up going to Watkins Glen. Every other weekend. So I love the Finger Lakes.
No shit. Wait, why'd you go to Watkins Glen?
I grew up with racing.
No shit.
Yeah. So everyone hates me because I'm a Patriots fan, and they always ask me why, and it's because Bill Belichick was an All-American lacrosse player. So it comes back to me. My brother is a Lions fan, and it's because every single weekend we watch Formula One racing.
Yeah.
And we grew up around. I've been to Europe to see Formula One racing in Montreal, the whole nine.
No shit.
So then as I got into high school, I was like, oh, maybe I should pick a football team, and I started researching them, and that's
a cool
so everyone jokes oh well, why does you don't understand, weekends were full Formula One. You had practice on Fridays, you had qualifying on Saturday, and Sunday was the race, so you didn't have time to
I was from Syracuse, so we were supposed to be Bills fans, so that was the thing, and then that's a rough go, especially when I grew up on getting to the Super Bowl and never winning, so that was a rough go, and that tainted my whole NFL experience for life. I just realized the brilliance of this is the dumb thing to say, but I just realized the brilliance of fantasy football in making it so that you now have to watch every game.
Yeah.
So I was like planning an event the other day, and I was like, cool, it's no home games on Sunday when I want to do my event. We're good, and then I show up at the bar, and they're still just playing the game with the sound, which is conflicting with what I want to accomplish. And then that's when I realized it's like, oh, now we're pretending to care about these out-of-town games.
Yeah.
Because you got to fill in your stat sheet.
Yeah.
But it's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant way to do it.
Especially in like this area, you know, New Jersey, New York City, you've got a lot of people coming from all over too. That, you know, transplants and everything that are.
Well, we're supposed to have these teams, and it's just so dumb. Like, you really realize how dumb it is, the Jets and Giants thing, because they play in the same place. So it's like
they play in New Jersey.
They play in New Jersey, right?
And that's where they practice, and that's where they live. Right. But yet they're New York.
Right. Yeah, Eli was in Hoboken. Yeah, Eli was Hoboken.
Yeah. The Jets are in Morristown all the time.
Yeah. So it's just so dumb because it's like we're not even separated by anything. So to have two teams it's nonsense. Yeah. Same thing, Mets and Yankees. You can make an argument here and there.
Rangers, Sabres.
Yeah. Well, right. So there's Rangers, Buffalo Sabres, right? But there's Rangers and then there's the Devils. So that's always the fight. So that's interesting. So wait,
and Islanders too. Yeah.
So it's weird. So my understanding going to a place like Syracuse and being like institutionalized to this idea of like basketball is the thing. That's probably not the right word. Institutionalized is not the word. But like conditioned to think that basketball is the right thing. But it's like the vibe is always go to play college basketball at a good school so that you can go to the pros.
Yeah.
Why? What's the kick on trying to play college lacrosse or just to get college paid for?
Yeah, you can do that. It's also the love for the sport too.
So, but you know this is the top level.
So there's also like the same thing as like minor, and there's indoor lacrosse.
Is there?
Too.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a.
Are there realistic like career options?
So
for people?
for some people there are. I think it's New York Storm. Don't quote me on that. They've probably been traded and like
changed the name.
a million different times before then. But so indoor lacrosse is totally different.
But did you think that you were going to be an indoor lacrosse?
No, it was the kind of thing that it was just the love for the sport. Yeah. For both of them, and the fact that a college was willing to have me be on their team. I was like, cool, let's do this. Let's rock and roll.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So wait, I wasn't clear on. You came on lacrosse scholarship. Mm-hmm. And then when you got there, you were like, let me also run and make...
So it was vice versa. I was recruited for cross country. And
what was your time? What was your like...
So I think back then when I was in shape, it was about like a 20 to 21 minute 5K.
Okay.
But that was... I think that was my PR.
And that was competitive.
Mm-hmm.
For the
a girl that I raced with was getting like 18 minutes. So back in the day, there was like one girl that
would break 20.
that would have an 18-minute 5K, and that was like the first ever. Now girls are just doing it like it's nothing.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I remember it was the biggest thing that happened in the world.
I think 19 was probably my best, and I honestly love one of the hardest spots in New Jersey to run was one of my favorite to race when I was in high school.
Because of hills, or what was it?
Yeah, it was. There was just one spot, so people that
if you strategically hill it,
this spot was called the bowl, and it was because you were like trying to climb out of inside of the bowl because the hill was so steep. Like your knees were in your chest, kind of a thing. But it was just felt so good because you're like, I can do this. Like
I remember,
through.
I was super competitive, like as like an idiot, like just doing runs after high school.
Yeah.
I would just like buddies would be like, let's run, then I would and then Syracuse is such a hilly place, so I would take them to the bottom of the thing, and they would just run this hill.
Yeah.
And we would act like we were competing, but we were competing.
You are.
And it was like, and if you know how to run a hill ride, it's really nice to like destroy somebody.
Very
destroy
much
your
so.
best friend.
Yeah, exactly. Fun. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, we had one. There was a cross country was fun because they would do like pits and things. So like in FM by me, they had a pit, so they would just fill it with water, and they were like, look, people might get hurt, so you can go around the pit if you want to be a piece of shit, or you can run right through it and be a man or a woman.
Yeah,
whatever.
I used to love when all the trees were down too, like in the middle of the races and everything. You'd have to like either hurdle them or you'd have to like be stepping up on them because some of them were so huge. Coming down.
They didn't clear the thing.
No,
that's great.
So that was kind of cool.
That's great.
Especially when you're like, I could totally hurdle this, and also you're like, fuck. Like, I can't hurdle this.
I was so proud of myself yesterday. There was barricades. I was crossing the street in New York, and there was barricades up, and I was like, I think I got that. I just fucking hurdled this thing.
And I was, everyone see that?
No, that's what I was annoyed because I was like, there's not enough people here. More people needed to see this. I'm almost 40 and I just heard all this shit.
Yeah.
They need to know.
Yeah, right, exactly.
They need to know.
Yeah.
All right, well, so 1 year in, what do you think you've accomplished, and what do you think now is realistic that you didn't think was realistic a year ago?
Honestly, I went into it with kind of zero expectations. I was like, all right, let's see what's going to happen. And I've just been so lucky with the amount of people that I've come in contact with. Yeah. And a lot of my crushes or, fangirl stuff I've connected with, or people I'm going to be shooting with this weekend. I was nominated for 3 Inked Awards.
No shit.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
I'm hosting
I know you are. I'm really pumped. Yeah,
you know what's really funny? I thought I was writing it for other people to say that, like, to do the things. I thought most of the trophy girls were just going to read what I wrote, and then I found out, like,
it's you.
12 hours
it's
ago.
You.
It's pretty much me.
It's just you.
So I just found that out. So
many of us in the porn industry can't read or act. I can do both, but
and this was the vibe. Was I've gone for 2 years, and it started to get very loose.
Yeah.
And so I pulled the guys aside and I said, hey, what's the vibe? What if we tried it this way? And they're like, great, do it.
Yeah, do it.
And I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yes.
Like you took me seriously. Like, okay, let's do this. Yeah.
I didn't realize I was gonna be pitching this thing right away.
Yeah.
So I really love those guys and I'm super excited. But now I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
Because it's in 2 days and I don't have any more time.
I'm super pumped about it. Like being nominated for 3 awards, I was literally in the car with the kids, like crying.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Mom, you're going, I'm okay."
Wait, what are the 3 awards? Because I don't actually see who.
Okay, so I'm nominated for Perfect Pussy, Best Oral, and Best Female.
That was great. I like the order you decided to do those in. I'm
very proud of my oral skills, actually. So that's like a big thing for me.
Great.
So yeah, I mean.
What's your technique? Just for the people that aren't aware of what's going on.
Like all of the above.
Okay. Are you two hand double opposite crank?
So it depends who the person is. I really like to go off of. I get super turned on doing it.
Yeah.
But you also kind of have to feel out how the other person responds and
Sure.
what they like. So
this is so funny, but very real. Like just in the streets.
Yeah.
In civilian culture, the people, like girls that do oral, have just come up with a program, and they just rock the program, regardless of your like if you're responding to it.
Yeah.
So that alone, I'm with you. You're on.
Yeah. So I think I love giving sloppy blowjobs.
Yeah.
But I also like to ask people too, like. Being in porn,
you
have the ability to be like, hey, what do you like or don't like? Versus if it's like you're going on a date with someone, okay, well, I'm gonna like suck their dick. So like, who knows what's gonna happen? My husband turned me down on the first date, by the way. I tried to suck his dick in the car, and he turned me down.
Yeah, I think that speaks
he wanted me to wait, and I was like, come on, dude, like we met on Tinder. Like, what were you expecting?
I think it speaks to the level of commitment that he was looking for. Yeah. I'm not interested in a one-off blowjob. I also like. If I'm getting head, I want to fuck too. It's like, you know what I mean? I want the whole thing. Yeah, we're shouting out. So it's
so I like to give sloppy blowjobs. I'll give like 2-handed, dirty talk, moaning while I'm sucking dick.
So this story, I always forget this story. It doesn't always work out so that I can tell it on stage, but it's a fun thing to do. But I was dating a girl and she was doing this thing, and I was trying to be sensitive about it. And I was like, hey, look, this thing you're doing.
It's not my thing. Yeah.
You don't need to do it for me.
Yeah.
And then she went immediate defensive, and I was told. I remember how specifically like gentle I was about it, and she's like, "Well, nobody else has complained." And it's like, think of the worst thing you could say to your partner.
Yeah.
Nobody else has complained is on the list, and then also like. You realize all these people are gone now. Like there maybe was a reason that they're gone, and maybe it's the move. Maybe it's this move that you're doing. Yeah. But it's like this idea that if you have a big move that you just like, somebody tried to another experience I had was like somebody tried to call timeout and tried to reposition me to do some move. I was like, if you have to stop everything,
literally say timeout
to do a move, your move is trash.
Yeah.
It's not a good move.
Well, I always allude to. I don't know if you remember Derek Comedy.
Derek Comedy.
It was, I think Childish Gambino was on it way back. It was super sketch comedy, and it was if you get offended easily, do not watch this.
Right.
But it's like totally non-PC, like the whole nine. And there's this clip called Blowjob Girl.
Right.
And it's pretty much everything you never want to hear a girl say, which is giving you a blowjob. She's like, how dry do you want it? Like, how, like, she's like, I'm going to make it like a desert in my mouth. Right, you know, she goes, oh, I do this thing with my hands. And she starts to clap her hands. And he's like, what are you doing? She goes, I'm flattening out the blowjob. You know, so she's like, it's everything you don't ever want to hear a girl say, you know? Yeah. So I always joke, I'm like, oh, how dry do you want it?
But the big, but I guess the big, check in with your partner. That's the thing.
I think,
check in, make sure.
And sometimes it's hard because some people aren't naturally vocal people.
Right.
You know, some people will ooh and ah, be like, yeah, give me that more. And some people are kind of like, just quiet.
Serial killers?
They're super, well then I guess my husband's like kind of a serial killer.
We have children now, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's bad that our children sleep through our sex noise. It's better than they do like a vacuum cleaner, you know? Like that's bad. However, I think since we were, you know, being a sexual person, and then, you know, when you're in a home with your parents, you kind of learn at a teenage years to, like, how to hide masturbation, if you will. You know? So, but yeah, so sometimes
I don't think we hide as well as we thought we did.
Yeah, definitely not at all, you know. But I think just finding what people like. Like, some people will ask you, right, oh yeah, use both hands again. Yeah. Like, oh yeah.
Well, but that's what I dig about your industry. Like, even from this, like there's so much to be learned from the fact that, like, spelling it out almost contractually is what relationships actually should be.
Yeah, it's amazing because people, I honestly feel better about myself being in this industry. Yeah. I mean, I've met girls who are like, oh my god, like, you're so fucking sexy, you know, when you're having a bad day. Right. You know, we're like, oh my god, you know. First time I ever met Sarah St. Clair, she's like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. I'm going to eat the fuck out of your pussy. And I'm like, I love you. Like, this is like the best, but it's like...
the best thing somebody can say to you.
Yeah, but it's the funniest and best vibe.
I'm going to try that on Hinge later.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't work for
yeah.
as much.
Exactly. So, but it's nice, though, because then there's no... You know, you're not being fake, and you're starting with that high energy and that vibe right off the bat, and there's no,
and there's something great, like you said, about, like, you're in the industry, so you agree on, we're going to do these 12 things. That's what we're doing, no more, no less. If we're doing more, we're going to add it, we're going to tell you. But it's like, and then just regular civilian street sex is like, you're just winging it, and you're hoping that you.
And people appreciate your body a lot more in the industry, I think. Like,
I can see that.
I mean, some people don't like tall, skinny. Yes, some people don't like short. Yes, people love fake tits, or they don't, or they want a 13-inch dick, or they want a 5-inch dick. It doesn't, you know, however, there's a better appreciation for differences in each body, I think, in the industry.
Interesting.
If that makes sense.
I don't know what I think about that. I guess.
I mean, my biggest example is, like, think about, like, a perfect pussy in your head. Your idea of a perfect pussy is going to be different than someone else.
Right.
You know, I joke, do you want an innie pussy or, like, an outie pussy? Right. You know? Well, and then, like, and I think a lot of civilians don't appreciate, like, an outie pussy.
No, I don't think they do. And I think, but also the look and the feel need to be considered.
Yeah, exactly. However, when you're in that beginning stages of civilian, you're kind of going on the superficial.
But what's funny is, and I don't want to like freak anybody out for sure, but like I think it seems like I'm proud of my body, so I feel good, lights on. But there's definitely like an entire chunk of people in the world that are lights off. Mm-hmm. And that, like, might never see it. Like, that aren't even looking at like, it's like, this is so crazy. Like, I got my room set up, and I don't want to offend anybody who's been into my room, but it's set up pretty good, light-wise, and mirror-wise, that, like, every angle's covered so that we can enjoy this thing. But I think, like, for the most part, people aren't doing that. Yeah, I don't think people are, like, looking at their wife's pussy. I really don't.
Yeah, no.
It's a bummer. It's a bummer.
Yeah, who's that? Was that?
Because they should.
Was that Khaled? No, who was it? DJ Khaled said that he doesn't like eat his wife's pussy, right?
I don't know.
Wasn't that him?
I would never. And this is not. Yeah, this is not a shot at you.
It was DJ Khaled. He said that he refuses to eat his wife's pussy, but he expects her to give him a blowjob.
This is not a shot at you, but if somebody goes, hey, do you want to hear what DJ Khaled said? I go, no, I'm good.
No. But it's like this whole big thing, like. It was just funny because, like, The Rock was tweeting about, too. Yeah. Like, oh, yeah, like, I got your back. If your wife needs me. Like, I'm, you know, like, just, like, these funny, like, little things, or whatever. But, you know, some people don't. I mean, before honestly, before I met my husband and before I got into the industry, I was fine with like, dude, just like lay back and let me just suck your dick. Like, like we're good. Like we don't need to.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't want to. I've just never been. I don't want a single interaction. I don't want because also like this is. I don't know how to make this sound better, but like if I get blown, and then because sometimes people use that as like the end of the trade off. It's like hey, if I get blown and then I don't see you again, I'm not. I didn't win. I didn't win anything in that interaction. Yeah. That wasn't worth the time. Yeah. That wasn't worth the effort of either of us. Just to get blown and then never see you again.
Never high five.
Yeah. Oh yeah, somebody tried to high five me after sex once and I was like, I shouldn't have fucked you, obviously.
I do that all the time.
I don't want to high
five. When it's a good scene, I
high
five. I'm like, thanks for putting a cream pie in me, dude.
Like... Yeah, but there's another thing. It's stake there. This is a camera, so that's a scene high five. No. That's not a sex high five. Yeah, well, that's interesting. Yeah. So that's cool. Okay, so are you spending more time at the? Are you doing the signings and stuff?
Yeah, so I'll be at the Inked Angels booth. So cool. I'm actually doing. I told myself that I was going to have a relaxing weekend this weekend, but I have about 2 to 3 shoots every morning.
There's no relaxing. I'm doing 7 podcasts a day. There's no relaxing.
There's no relaxing, and then I'm at Inked Angels booth from 5 to 8 tomorrow.
Where are you inked, by the way?
I'm inked all. I'll totally like bust out my save too, but I don't really care. Well, I'm like butt naked, but it's okay. So I have both my hips are done. I have.
Oh wow.
I have this.
Full koi.
I have.
I feel like a fraud doing the thing, and I have no ink.
It's fine. I have my calves are completely, my thighs are completely done. So, and then my ribs.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about me. Like I got comedian friends who are like fully tattooed, but when I think of them, it's not the first thing I think of. I don't know why I don't.
Well, it's different. I feel like everyone that's tattooed too, like mine aren't obvious, so people are like, oh, like you're not. I'm like, well, I am.
But I don't see ink. You know what I'm saying? But it is weird. I remove it from my head because I think it had such a stigma for such a long period of time that people would store it as a thing that they see like ink and they're like, oh.
Yeah, I'm the only tattooed person in like my family and extended family, so I'm, gas.
Yeah, and it's my big thing with getting tattooed is that I don't have the first inspiration that I think.
Yeah, you have to have kind of like sit down and think about what you want. And everything.
It's like I haven't like so until that moment is like I should get. Then it's like then for me it's like I'm not gonna start.
The process. I was on Ink Master actually, the TV show.
No shit. As a canvas.
Yep.
No shit.
Yeah. So my koi fish was and then I have.
What did the judges say about it?
They didn't like it. They sent him home, but I believe it's because he went against the hot girl of the season because their critique was like, I just don't like your tattoo, and I'm like, that's because he's standing next to hot bitch right now.
It's still a TV show, yeah.
But I have one on this thigh that the artist won this for his challenge, and he made it to the final 3.
Wow.
Yeah, Creepy Jason was actually his name, so that's what
I'm not caught up.
Yeah, so it's just.
I do enjoy the show. But
Yeah. So of course I'm like fangirling out like Dave Navarro. I'm like Dave.
So did you get? This is pre-porn?
No. So
do people see you on the show, and does it build your fan base?
So it's only like a quick, like, oh look. You're there because you see how fast they go in the scene.
So you're not
I've had some people be like, oh, like I know that tattoo, or I know you, or whatever, vice versa.
So you're not even at the level where there's like a conference. There's no conference. There's no face-to-face of the thing. There's just you're in the line. Pick this person. And
so I go in as an open canvas.
Right.
So they got to pretty much doodle whatever they wanted on me. So it wasn't.
That's cool.
So it was.
Well,
fun experience.
Why'd you want to do it?
I pretty much saw it on the TV show, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to apply. Like they said, like they have it on other, in there. And I was like, they probably won't call me, and they called me, and I was like, all right, cool.
Sure. Yeah.
And they called me again, and I'm like, let's do this. 6 hours of tattooing.
Yeah. What did you have to show them? Did you have to show pictures and such?
Yeah. So you just show them like your free skin, just like normal stuff. So yeah. So you just it's just like a normal like online form that you fill out.
And they're like, are they paying you, or they're just like, you got tattooed?
No, so it's a 6-hour tattoo, so that's like a pretty expensive tattoo.
Yeah. So they're like, listen, we already paid you.
Yeah, exactly.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah. So I've lucked out that like my
reality TV is such a fucking horrible place. Like they can't even give the person $100. That's crazy.
Yeah, but some of these guys are like they're ink masters.
For sure. But some of them
are horrible.
But
and
also,
like, mine are,
they're making so much money on the show. They could pay the canvas $100.
Yeah.
It would not end the television series.
Yeah.
To spend $1,000 on canvases a day. I promise. They're spending like $15,000 on food.
Probably,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like not a big deal.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That is really fun. So that I didn't realize that you were going to be at the Inked Awards. That's cool.
Yes, I'm going to be at the Inked Awards. Hopefully I get one of those bad boys. Being in
yeah.
home state, you know,
I'm gonna,
and everything.
I don't have any control over cheating.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
So it's gonna be on the up and up.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, but I'm gonna be at the Inked Angels booth all 3 days.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, so I asked you at the beginning if you have anything that we could do as it's like a superhuman challenge.
Okay, I don't have any like superhuman power. Well, I could do this. I could do.
Well, that doesn't. I can't do that. No, doesn't have. That's not the best BTS content. I'm gonna come up with something fun to do.
Okay.
I'm gonna wing it and figure it out. With something in the room, we'll figure it out. So check that out. Check out that content. In the meantime, how do we follow you? How do we pay for your porn? How do we pay for your porn, guys? Keep the people that are in the industry. Yeah, she's brand new. Get her making some money so that she sticks around and does some content that I don't know what the end of that sentence was, but pay for your porn. You pay for your Netflix. You pay for your coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
Pay for your porn.
Yep. So you can find me on Twitter at Aria Khaide. You can find me on Instagram, which is the more like safe for work style, and that's at XO Aria Khaide. You can find me on ManyVids, Aria Khaide. I keep it really simple. Clips for sale, Pornhub, Model Hub. Honestly, you just Google Aria Khaide and I'll pop up.
Spell it just in case we don't know.
Sure, it's AriaKhaide.
Perfect. Thank you to my guests for being here. We are the Porn Stars People Podcast, sponsored by Spunk Lube. We're rebroadcast by the Demon Seed Radio Network. We are on Google Play, iTunes, whatever thing you have, whatever platform you have, we have it. We got some content today on YouTube, and hopefully some fun. We come up with a fun physical challenge to do. Thank you guys for listening. We drop a new episode every Sunday. We've opened up a Patreon to try to get you guys, coming up with some ideas that you want to see and supporting us that way. So thank you guys. Thank you to my guests.
Thank you so much.
Take it easy.